Think of your life like a big tower of blocks. You're 70 and it's standing tall, but one block falls out, and it's wobbly. What's that block? It's a surprise, and if it's gone, everything might shake. See, as you get older, life slows down a bit, and it's not about how many toys you had or how many birthday cakes you've blown out. It's about what you take care of right now. In this video, I'm going to show you 5 super important things, like secret strengths, that make your later years feel full of happiness, calm, and energy. These aren't just nice extras. They're like the glue that holds your tower together. And guess what? If even one of them gets weak, the whole thing could wobble. So stick with me, because by the end, you'll know how to keep your tower strong, and the last one might just surprise you. Now let's dive into the first one, because it's a game changer, a calm heart. This is all about staying steady when life throws a storm your way. Imagine those days when everything feels like it's piling up. Maybe the grandkids are running wild, or the doctor's appointment didn't go as planned. A calm heart keeps you from getting swept away by little annoyances or stuck in old regrets. It's like an anchor that holds you firm, and even better, it makes you the person everyone else turns to when they're shaky. Picture Robert. He's 76, just moved into a new place, and instead of stressing, he's got jazz playing and laughter filling the air. The guy's a walking ray of sunshine, totally at peace, while everything around him changes. That's what a calm heart does. It doesn't just keep you cool, it spreads warmth wherever you go. The big takeaway here is simple. Inner peace isn't some fluffy bonus. It's a real strength that lights up every room you step into. Imagine waking up every morning, knowing you can still do everything you want without needing anyone's help. How powerful would that feel? That's the magic of moving free, and it's what we're diving into right now. Moving free isn't about being the strongest or the fastest, it's about the freedom to handle your day all on your own. Picture this. You tie your shoes, stroll to the kitchen, or reach up to grab something off a shelf. No hesitation, no help needed. It's that simple, quiet power that keeps your independence alive and your spirit bold. Because here's the truth. When you can move free, your world stays wide open. You're not stuck waiting for someone to step in. You're out there calling the shots. But what happens if you let that slip? Little by little, your world can start to shrink. Those things you love, visiting a friend, playing with grandkids, or just walking outside, might feel harder, farther away. Nobody wants that, right? So, how do you hold on to this freedom, especially as the years add up? Well, there's one small habit that Evelyn, an 81-year-old, swears by. And trust me, it's not what you'd expect. Picture Evelyn. Every morning, she wakes up and does a gentle stretch, nothing wild, just enough to get her body humming. Then, she takes a slow walk around her garden, waving to neighbors, breathing in the fresh air. Some days, she's even helping carry groceries or chasing after a neighbor's runaway pup. She's not out to win medals. She's just living her life, unbound. And that's the secret. It's not about big workouts or fancy gear. It's about a little motion every day, like a short walk or a quick stretch. That's what keeps her in the driver's seat. You can do this too. Imagine yourself strolling through the park, the breeze brushing your face, or bending down to scoop up a grandchild without a single twinge. That's the gift of moving free. It's not just about your body. It's about keeping your spirit bold and your life yours. A few minutes of movement each day can make you the boss of your own story. So, if this kind of freedom lights you up, drop a number 2 in the comments below. Let's see how many of us are ready to move free. All it takes is that little spark of motion every day, your ticket to a life where you're still in charge. Imagine waking up to a leaky roof on a rainy Tuesday, waters dripping into a bucket, plink, 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 and all you can think is, how am I going to pay for this? Your chest tightens, your coffee goes cold, and the day's ruined before it even starts. Sound familiar? Now, what if that moment didn't have to feel like a punch to the gut? What if, instead of dread, you felt calm? That's the magic of having money that breathes easy. It's not a fat bank account or a private jet. It's just enough in your pocket to face life's little curveballs without losing your cool. Enough to fix that roof, maybe grab a warm muffin afterward, and still smile at the rain instead of cursing it. Curious how that works? Stick with me. This isn't about being rich. It's about banishing that heavy, suffocating weight of worry that creeps into your mind and tenses up your shoulders. You know that feeling, right? The one that sneaks in when a bill lands or the car makes a funny noise. Having money that breathes easy sweeps it away, leaving you free to savor the good stuff, like the smell of fresh-cut grass or a lazy afternoon with a good book, without that nagging guilt whispering, should I really be spending this? It's security, plain and simple, and it's a game changer as the years roll on. Why? Because stress isn't just a mood killer. It's a thief that steals your peace, your health, your joy. And who's got time for that? Take Harold, for instance. He's 77, lives in a little brick house with a rose bush out front he's downright proud of. One chilly morning, his old sedan sputters and dies. Kaput. Just as he's about to drive over to see his grandkids, most folks would be sweating bullets, picturing dollar signs piling up. Harold? He just chuckles, grabs his phone, and calls the mechanic. No pacing, no panic. Why's he so chill? Years back, he started tucking away a little cash here and there. Nothing fancy, just a safety net. And that day, it paid off. He got the car fixed, still made it to his grandkids' place, and even brought them some homemade cookies. Harold's not rolling in dough, but he's got enough to breathe easy. Makes you wonder, what's his trick? Here's the kicker. You don't need a finance degree or a winning lottery ticket. It's about small, smart moves. Maybe skipping that extra takeout once a month and stashing the cash instead, or keeping an eye on where your dollars wander. Think of it like planting a seed. Water it a little every day, and soon you've got a tree that shades you when the storms hit. Harold's living proof. It's not about how much you make, it's about what you do with it. That's the secret sauce to facing your sunset years with a grin instead of a grimace. So here's the nugget to chew on. A stress-free life doesn't take a fortune, just enough to feel steady, to enjoy the small wins, and to know you're calling the shots. Smart choices, not big bucks, are what light the path to a sunset that feels golden, not gray. Imagine this. You're standing in your kitchen, the clock ticking past midnight, and the weight of a bad day presses down on your shoulders. Maybe it's a job loss, a fight with someone you love, or just that quiet ache you can't name. The air feels thick, your mind's racing, and you're wondering, how do I get through this? What if I told you there's a fire inside you, something steady and fierce that can light your way out of the dark? That's what an unshakable spirit is all about. The grit to smile through life's roughest patches, keeping your core intact. It's not about dodging the hard stuff, it's about facing it and coming out stronger. Want to know how that looks in real life? Stick with me. Take Helen, an 84-year-old who knows loss like an old friend. When her partner of decades passed, the silence was deafening. Picture her in that empty house. Photos on the walls, a coffee mug still sitting by the sink. Grief could have swallowed her whole. But Helen? She chose a different path. She started walking, her sneakers crunching leaves in the crisp morning air, letting the world breathe life back into her. She cracked open books, pages turning late into the night, finding solace in stories. And then she showed up at the local shelter, handing out warm meals with a smile that said, "I've been there." She didn't erase the pain. She wove it into something beautiful, something that gave her purpose. Here's why that matters. An unshakable spirit doesn't mean you're unbreakable. It's not about plastering on a grin when your heart's in pieces. It's about letting yourself feel it all. The tears, the anger, the messy stuff, and still choosing to move forward. When you do that, you build a shield against the loneliness that sneaks in after too many hits. You push back the bitterness that wants to settle in your bones. You create a life that's still worth living, scars and all. Helen didn't just survive widowhood. She turned it into a chapter of grace, proving you can bloom where the ground feels cracked. So, here's the heart of it. Strength isn't about hiding your pain or pretending you're fine. It's about staring it down, letting it sting, and growing through it anyway. It's about taking the raw, jagged edges of life and shaping them into something that makes you prouder, wiser, tougher. If Helen's story stirs something in you, or if you've ever clawed your way back from your own rough patch, drop number 4 in the comments. Let's give a shout to that quiet, unshakable spirit that keeps us going. Because that's the real stuff of life. Picture this. You're standing at the edge of a new day, the sun just peeking over the horizon, and for once, you're not dreading the hours ahead. Instead, there's a flicker of excitement, a whisper of possibility. Today could be anything you want it to be. What's that feeling? That's the hook, the pull of something big, something hidden, just out of reach. Welcome to the 5th pillar, the mystery key, a secret strength so powerful it can turn your golden years from a slow fade into a vibrant, unexpected adventure. And no, it's not a fat bank account or a fancy title. It's juicier than that, a twist that'll leave you wondering why you didn't see it sooner. Want to know what it is? Lean in, because this one's going to spark something in you. Imagine Frank, 78, sitting on his little balcony with a chipped mug of coffee, the steam curling up as he watches joggers weave through the park below. He's not loaded, his pension barely covers the basics, but there's a lightness to him, a glow you can't buy. Every day, he picks his path. Maybe he's out there later, crunching leaves underfoot on a winding trail, the breeze tugging at his worn jacket. Or he's hunched over a cluttered table in his apartment, tinkering with an old radio, the hum of static giving way to a crackly tune he coaxes back to life. Sometimes, he's at the community center, grinning as he teaches a kid half his height how to trap a king in chess. Frank's not just passing time, he's shaping it, living it, owning it. That's the mystery key. Autonomy. It's the quiet thrill of holding the reins, deciding what your day becomes, and letting it reflect who you are at your core. But here's where it gets good. This isn't just about doing whatever pops into your head, it's bigger than that. Autonomy is the thread that weaves all the other pillars into something solid, something alive. It's the freedom to tend your calm heart when the world gets loud, to move your body because it feels good, not because you have to stretch your modest dollars into a life that fits just right. With this key in your hand, aging isn't about clinging to what was, it's about building what could be. Frank's not special because he's got some secret stash. He's special because he knows his why. the little joys that light him up, and his who, the people he chooses to share them with. That's the twist. The mystery key isn't handed to you. It's yours to carve out, to uncover in the corners of your own story. So, what's your version of this? Could it be that purpose you've been chasing, the one that makes your chest hum with quiet fire? Or maybe it's belonging, those faces that make you feel rooted, no matter where you stand. Whatever it is, it's waiting for you to name it, to claim it. When you do, your days stop being something you endure. They become something you create, a gift you unwrap a little more each morning. If this hits you right, toss number 5 in the comments. Let's see who else is ready to turn that key and step into something bigger. Here's the closing part of the script, designed to grab your attention from the first word and pull you into a story that's all about you. Imagine this. You're standing at the edge of a new chapter. And getting older doesn't mean fading into the shadows. It's your shot to light up the world with everything you've got. Those 5 pillars we've been exploring, they're not just ideas. They're your anchors, the kind that hold you steady when the winds pick up. A calm heart to keep you grounded. Moving free to feel alive in your bones. Money that breathes so you're not suffocating under worry. An unshakable spirit to laugh in the face of storms. And that mystery key, well, that's the spark that unlocks the version of you that's been waiting to break free. What's it feel like to hold those in your hands? Now, here's where it gets real. Picture your life like a house. Those pillars are the beams holding it up. Which one's creaking a little louder today? Maybe your health's been whispering for some extra care, or your connections feel a bit dusty, like old photos you haven't flipped through in a while. Or perhaps it's purpose, that quiet ache telling you there's more to chase. Here's the secret. You don't need a fortune to shore them up. These treasures ask for something simpler. Your time, your attention, a little love. Pour that in, and what do you get? A life that's bold and buzzing, where you're connected to the people who matter and at peace with the road behind you. Your later years, they're not the end of the story. They're the part where you turn the page and say, watch this. So, what's your move? Think about it. Which pillar's calling your name right now? Is it that freedom of movement, begging you to dance through the day, or that unshakable spirit, ready to rise up and take on anything? Drop a comment below. Say number 2 or number 4, whatever's tugging at you, and tell me one thing you're going to strengthen. Maybe it's a walk you'll take tomorrow or a phone call you've been putting off. Let's make this a conversation, a place where we swap stories and spark ideas. And if this hit you right where you needed it, smash that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell. I've got more coming your way. Share this with someone who needs a lift, someone you'd love to see shine. Let's build something big together, one pillar at a time.